Alright, good whatever time of the day it is for you today. I hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're all having a fantastic time. I'm not going to say day because it could be night. Now, if you're keen and you've been here before, you'll notice a couple of differences on the stream. First off and foremost, the font for all of the text under all the counts, like the shiny odds and the living dex progress and the count, or the encounters rather, I've changed those all to be a little bit more visible. I've changed the layout, just so that everything's a little easier to see, not so hard on the eyes. And then one other thing I changed is you'll see the timer. Just above my head here, you'll see it says 90, which actually this is incorrect. I'll reset it here in a sec. It'll say 97 hours. Yes, I guess, I don't know why I'm saying yes. With that being said, yesterday or the day before, if you tuned into the stream, it said like 20 hours. So what happened there is I had a viewer suggest that we should maybe have the time for the run, because I guess I'll preface by this. When I started up the timer, I did it after we did all of the starter hunts. And I didn't count those at first. That being said, I should have, and I don't really know why I didn't, but I went through and I counted the time for every single live we've had for our shiny hunts up until today, and that's where we're at, 97 hours. So that's our true time where we're actually at. Yeah, that's that. So I'm going to just start a quick poll here, and we're going to get right to it. Oh, shoot. Okay. There we go. That's most of it, and then... Sorry for the delay here. I'm just in the middle of getting my pre-stream screen set up fully. So once that's set up and it has audio, I'll do this all in the pre-stream. Until then, you're stuck with it like this. The hell? Oops. There we go. I got that all started up. So, without further ado, God, I always say that, and I hate that sentence, so I don't know why I do. But without further ado, let's get started. Just get my screen up here. Looking all nice. Perfect. Yeah, you just want to make sure before we start... Oh! I'm silly. Look at me forgetting stuff like a goldfish. I told you guys that timer would change, and so it has. That is exactly where we left off last stream, so we're going to call that our baseline now. Both of our counters are working. That's awesome. Now we can get to it. Now we can get into it. Oh. Hope you guys are all doing all right. I know today for me didn't feel like too long of a day, but I mean, the less I can do, I'm not gonna complain. So that's always nicer, that's for sure. But let's get into our first encounter here. Let's see what we can find. And that marks the first one. The answer is nothing. But that's okay. We'll be here for a few hours, so we should get somewhere near double odds today. That's the hope. We'll see where that takes us. Maybe we'll make it there, maybe we won't. Depends how nice the shiny gods want to be to us. Which definitely depends day to day, as we've seen in past streams. And you know, I always forget. You'll notice most streams, most recent ones, I take out my tongue piercing in the first part of the video because it gives me a slight lisp, and I hate it. It's not even necessarily that it gives me the lisp. It just makes it harder to speak quickly. And I usually don't speak that quickly, so it's not an issue generally. But, when I'm streaming, that's just a different story. Yeah, I hope that the aesthetic changes to the layout are satisfactory at the least. I think they look pretty alright. As I always say, if I can get more opinions, I'd love to have them, just because, well, that's pretty much the best way to improve. But, yeah, I think the readability is a lot better. I think it just looks cleaner. I thought it would look a little too... how should I say it? I thought it would look too jammed together, which I guess depending on who you are, you might say that's the case. But I gotta say, I'm happy with how it looks. Everything is separated enough that I don't feel like anything blends into another. I'm liking it. But yeah, if you hate it and there's something to change about it, please let me know. I'm excited to see what we get shiny next. On this route so far, it's only been Mankey. And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind a Rattata. But I would like to steer clear, given the fact that once we go to Route 2 for the Pidgey, we have a chance at phasing on Rattata again anyway. So, it's ideal that we don't do it on this route, but at the end of the day, a shiny is a shiny, and I don't really have room to complain. Oh. My elastic band popped off my toggle stick. I think I've weakened it. Significantly. Oops. I mean, when it's sitting on there for tens of hours, though. I can't say that's the most peculiar thing. I have a hat in here. No, why would I have a hat in here? Did I just see a glitch? Oh my god. I tested this yesterday, it didn't do it again. Ain't that obnoxious. That means it's a USB power output issue. So, I guess I should quit talking to myself here. In the top right, the capture card you see there, it just flickered. And I bought a new capture card yesterday that goes into a totally different port, just to try to mitigate that. And it just happened again. I've changed the cord. I've changed the... What the hell else could that be? My motherboard just must not be putting out enough power to the USB. Well, that's okay. You know, every once in a while, as long as it doesn't stay as rampant as it was, I'll deal with it. But that's just annoying. Honestly. 9500 shiny calling it. Hey, duly noted. Don't worry, I did not forget your guess. What did you miss? Not too much. Not too much at all. Just got started up. I'll give you a brief rundown. So I did a couple of changes with the layout. Well, I guess not really a couple, but I did 2 changes to what you see on the screen right now. The first being is all of the numbers, like the shiny odds, the encounters, the dex progress. I changed the font on all of those to something that's just a little bit more readable, a little bit thicker. I thought that the one from before just wasn't that great to look at. So change that, and then you'll see at the little timer above my head here, it says 97 hours now, and you're like, what the hell? We were at like 20 hours the other day. Yes, we were. That was before I added up all of the time that we put into the starter hunts. I did not have that taken into consideration before, so I did the math yesterday, and that's where it brings us. So, we have 11 Pokemon, and we're 97 hours into the run. I don't know what to think about that. I think that's what, 11 or 8 hours per Pokemon? Something like that? Which is kind of weird, honestly. You would think it would be... You would think it would be more like 3 or 4, technically. But I guess 8 is about where it lies. Technically, it should be 12. Well, it depends, because if you consider... Oh, I guess, are we talking individual console resets? Is that why you're saying that? Because, yeah, technically speaking, if we get 2,000 encounters per hour with this style of hunting, in order to reach, like, the actual odds, it should only take a little over 4 hours, but then again, that's only... I don't even know the math. It's not many resets per console. So, I do understand how that doesn't exactly correlate. Something crazy that I noticed, so I replaced my capture card yesterday, and it worked fantastic for the entirety of my testing. However, it did one little flicker today. The new one. Same spot. So I gotta see what that is. It's gotta be... Well, I know it's not an issue with my PC. I just built it. But, I'm thinking maybe a software issue that I'm just not picking up. I don't know if the actual inputs themselves are flickering. That's okay, though. We'll, if it starts to get really bad again, then I'll concern myself with it, but once in a while I can deal with. That's okay. Just want to take a moment to just say thank you to everybody that's popping by tonight. I do appreciate it, and I hope you're all having a fantastic day or night or morning, depending on wherever you are. I think you'll get better and faster at this, and your hours spent per shiny will go way down as you do more routes, just because it's so much faster. I definitely agree. The resets were so much longer for the majority of the Pokemon we've found. I think that we probably... yeah, like you said, nail on the head. I think we'll probably start to see the number drop down a little bit to a quicker time. We'll see, though, because, you know, at the end of the day, RNG is kind of a pain in the ass. I'm excited to see, though, like, just the pure numbers aspect of this really interests me. Just to see by anecdote how close you actually get. Like, eventually, by the end of this, I'm gonna have a full living dex total. That's kind of cool. Having an actual living dex total, I think there's a lot of value to that. There's so much information that I can pull from that. It could be a low power issue too. Pretty common to have flickers when having some power issues. Makes sense being that everything you have is on 1 or 2 outlets, I'd assume. Yes, that is the case. However, it's actually... It's not on the output side. So where the multi-viewers are, it doesn't matter what's plugged into it. That capture card will flicker no matter what. And this is a new one, so I think it's more so USB power distribution on the motherboard, powering the card rather than the multi-viewers on the outlets. Anyway, there's still a lot of power coming from a small source wherever we're talking, but I'm leaning towards a low power issue as well. That makes the most sense to me. So I gotta figure out how to manage that. I might be able to go into my BIOS and see if there's a way I can manage power to the USBs themselves, or manage it more efficient. Like, I know there's actual power management within Windows settings, so maybe I'll look into that and see what I can do. But yeah, I have, I guess to fully answer your question, I've got the 16 cubes, the 4 multi-viewers, and all of the AV to HDMI converters are on 2 outlets. So that's actually split to, that's pretty crazy, 24, and then 3, 6, 9, 12. Jeez. Then I have 4 other, you know those like blocks that plug into the wall that have multiple USBs? I have 4 of those that are 4x1. Granted, it's all things that take very little power, but eventually you send it down so many routes, it takes some getting used to for the hardware, I guess. Oof, yeah, it's a lot of draw on what I assume is one breaker. Yep. Yeah, and being that my house was built in the 1950s, it doesn't really like taking that. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. It's funny sitting in this room, hearing the ambient hum of everything in the background. So like, there's the PC, of course, which already kind of does its own thing. But having the cubes behind me, just with that background, it's very silent. Like, I guess it's not very silent. It's very quiet, but I guess subtle would be the term. But it's there. And you can tell it's a lot of them if you really listen to it. I should have put as the poll today, I put it for the encounter numbers that I think, or that one might think we're gonna get, but I probably should have put it for the Pokemon. Being that I didn't though, if anybody here wants to pop down in the chat what they think we're gonna get, let me know. Only lurkers today, I'm all alone in the chat. Yeah, it's weird. It's a change of pace, that's for damn sure. It's not been like that for the last few streams, but that's okay. Things will pick up and they'll slow down. It also could be the time of day, too. I generally don't start until, well, the next half hour, 45 minutes. I guess it depends. It depends, but time of day could definitely be a part of it, too. I know myself, just as a person, I keep myself so busy, I could never dedicate myself to showing up to a stream, like, ever. If I open my phone and it's there, I'll do it. Otherwise, those aren't even things I consider in my everyday life, you know? So, with that being said, it really, oh, there was that flicker again, damn it. With that being said, it really, I don't know, it impresses me that people have that level of dedication to the content they enjoy. Because I'm just, I don't know if it's laziness or my inability to plan. Oof. Yep. I am background noise today. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I don't think my voice is that soothing though, so I can't imagine why I can't imagine why that would be appealing. Maybe if I shut up and you could just hear the Pokemon music. So how's your, I know you cleaned up your basement a bit. How's that going? Did you get that finished, or do you still have any large parts of that that you're waiting to accomplish? That you're building up the courage for? All finished and organization. All finished and organization. She's done for now until I do renos. Oh, nice. Heck yeah. So have you started to get your table set up? So that, I guess, I don't know, you probably don't have the camera yet. But yeah, I was gonna ask if you've got the camera and everything set up and your lighting. Getting her all ready to go. Or I guess that may not even be your primary focus yet. I should ask that first. I'm gonna pop a not yet, still waiting on parts for current hobby stuff, so I'll move it when I have the parts. That makes sense. I can't blame you for that. I guess with that being said, I should ask, what parts do you have coming in? It's funny, I actively choose to type with a keyboard that has a Z key that doesn't work. Jeez. I should probably find a way to fix that. And you know, it's not even like, oh, the Z key doesn't work. It's just the fact that it types a 5 instead of a Z. I don't know why. I really don't. I did fix my PSP though, so that was neat. Had to bend the H bracket frame that holds the game. Oh damn, why'd you have to do that? I have some opaque sky blue buttons and trim for my Game Boy Advance. I think it'll look good on the Golden Sun shell. That definitely should. I'm excited to see how that turns out. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to get distracted there. Just tossed out a Discord message there. I just have some opaque... Oh yeah, that's what you said before. Okay, I'm not missing anything. I don't feel as bad. So what did the shell you got for like the Golden Sun shell, did that come with buttons, or was that just the shell itself? Hey Campy, how's it going? What are you up to today? And welcome to the stream. Damn, my etiquette's not here. It just came... It came with buttons, but they're just the standard ones, which is boring. Oh, so that, like, slate gray sort of color? That is kind of boring. Also, Jack of Spades, we're getting close to your guess here, so... I don't know if you're shaking in your boots or not, but... we're getting there. This could be the make or break. This could be the end of your streak, or this could be an insane continuation. We'll find out. But I had to bend the frame on the PSP so it would hold the game down properly, or the PSP thinks the game tray... Oh, that's why you had to do that. Well, that's annoying. Why does it think that the tray is open? Stupid sensors, hey? Gotta love them. If I'm even within 500, I'll be stoked. Worst comes to worst, it'll be a Spearow. As long as you're confident on that. Definitely wouldn't complain at a Spearow. 10% though. Those aren't the best odds, unfortunately. It's a pretty common problem with the PSP. It's actually a huge pain in the arse, but because it's really a thin margin to have it work properly. Oh. Well, that makes sense. I mean, it's stupid, and that shouldn't be the case, but it makes sense. Was that always an issue, or has that been like a, after so many years, this degraded and doesn't work anymore kind of issue? Anything retro, though, like, some stuff just doesn't stand the test of time very well. I have one that's been annoying me lately until I finally found it out. Oh, I gotta burp. Excuse me. So, I've been having an issue kind of in a similar respect that has been really bothering me up until a couple days ago when I figured it out. So I have a couple GameCubes that, for the life of me, they just, you turn them on and you throw the game in, and, or not the game, sorry, the Game Boy Player disc, so that I can play these games. It just won't read them for some reason. It'll just continue to say that the disc can't be read, or it just won't think there's a disc in there at all. Now, with that being said, found the fix. So, I suspect it's an issue with the laser, and the reason I say that is because if you turn on the consoles and you pre-run them for about 10 minutes, and then you try the disc, it works every time. So I imagine because they're getting so old, that they probably, and I could be incorrect, so correct me if I'm wrong, but could just be the laser needing to heat up. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know. Holy, that's a long encounter. It's more of a skill issue. Oof. Fair, though. After the tray is open and closed too many times. Oh, yeah, I guess it's gonna wear down at some point, right? That's the flaw in that design, though. It's kind of a flimsy piece for something that gets opened and closed so often. It totally is a skill issue. But on the upside, I now have 5 working PSPs. Okay, that is awesome. But riddle me this: what are you going to do with 5 PSPs? That's a lot of PSPs. Actually, that's a stupid question. I'm really not in a position to be asking that. Even just with, like, my Game Boy DS collection, I'm really not in a position to be asking that. We're almost rolling over to 100K, by the way, so that's pretty neat. Have you ever played Invisimals? No, I don't know what that is. Can you explain it to me? They're super easy to jailbreak and mod, so I'll just throw a bunch of games on them and give them away as presents or sell them. Fair enough, might as well. save money on having to buy a present or make money on the fact that you had fun and fixed them. Because I know you enjoy that particularly, so. Lurking, good luck on your hunt tonight. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I had a question for you. How should I pronounce your name? Because I said it last stream, and I feel like I said it weird. How is your name intended to be pronounced? I think I said it was like Crackafoten. But I don't know. I don't know, I'll likely hoard them like the nerdy dragon I am in all reality. Well, hey, it's old stuff, and eventually old stuff gets expensive. There's some logic for you. Now you can hoard it forever and not feel bad. It was a PSP exclusive. You put the attachable camera on top, and then you have a piece to catch. What? I gotta read that out again. It was a PSP exclusive. You put the attachable camera on top, then you have a piece to help catch invisible monsters. What? So it just like developed these images and portrayed them through a camera? That's really weird. That sounds very interesting. And especially for the time, I imagine like that was probably relatively high tech, because what are we talking, like 2007 for the PSP, am I correct? It's pretty damn old. I remember getting one when I was a kid. I was in grade 4 or maybe grade 5. So yeah, that was at latest 2009. Patapon was my favorite PSP series. What's that? What's it all about? I don't think I've ever heard of that either. Patapon. Hey, Chizo, welcome to the chat and the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Nice, Jack. Yeah, there's a guy out there who always mods Wii's, PSPs, and Nintendo DS's and flips them on Craigslist. Always has new posts, so people are definitely buying them. Yeah, it's crazy how much people are willing to pay for them too. I've contemplated doing that myself, but honestly, I already don't put enough time into my content. I need to be editing videos like I say I'm going to, and I'm not making the progress near as fast as I should be, so as much as I'd like to say that that'd be fun to do to make more money on the side, I just don't realistically think that's I don't think that's something I have time for if I really want to go balls to the wall and make sure I'm putting a lot of effort into this. But it is what it is. Think of it like an early Pokemon Go with AR mode for PSP. Okay, that's cool. Did it do well, or was that something that kind of ended up being more of a market flop? Welcome, Shizo. Thank you. Yeah, I just woke up, brain foggy, but should be good in an hour. Hey, that's that's how we all do. It takes a while to get up sometimes. My first like hour of work every morning is exactly that. Oh, you know what I just realized? Streamlabs didn't. Oh, I hate when it does that. It didn't pick up the last couple subscribers, or stream elements, sorry. It didn't pick up the last couple of subscribers because they didn't subscribe while watching the stream. Which is funny, I tend to get a lot of people that subscribe after the streams are done. And I get very few people subscribe during the streams. So, interesting. I think it's because people actually find the archives, but they're not recommended the actual live stream? I don't know. It's not a huge deal. It's kind of like Crocafuton? Crocafuton? But really, I'm just... That's funny, we have the same name. Same spelling, too. I don't know if you've ever paid attention to my OT on these, but the English ones, you'll notice that. That's crazy, man, because unless you're modding the screen and the shell, jailbreaking that stuff once you already have the files downloaded takes like 5 minutes. I guess, yeah, if it's that easy on those things. I've never modded them before, but I know there's various consoles that are just that hard to mod, or that easy to mod, sorry. I bought a bunch of stuff to flip and just too lazy to list it, so I 100% feel you. The last time I sold a bunch of stuff on eBay, my old Pokemon card collection, one card at a time. It was so time consuming. I could imagine. That must be such a pain in the ass. Having people like haggle you for the one card. And you're like, dude, I just want to get rid of them all. Give me a price. No, I just want this one. And it's part of how it is, but... Jeez. No, it was a flop. That's not surprising. I could see why. They tried to make sequels, but it didn't sell well at all. Something called Pokémon was really popular, whatever that game is. It sounds neat. I mean, I've never really... I don't know. Pokémon was never something that I was too interested in. Never played it as a kid, and that led to me never delving into it as an adult, so... maybe one day I'll try that and see how it is. Here there's people who spend all kinds of crazy money to do stupid stuff on those games, but... yeah, not my thing. More of a Yu-Gi-Oh guy myself. I feel that, Chizo, I really do. Yeah, I noticed that the first day you were streaming, and you got the katakana characters correct, too. The katakana characters? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. Could you clarify for me there? Yeah, I did for all those holos and expensive ones, but for the big binder, I listed that as a whole, and that's what got sent back by USPS as alcohol. That's funny, I remember you were telling me about that. Where were we? I packed the cards up so good between... That's a pain. Gotta love people like that. Just can't scan it to see what's inside of it. Cardboard and taped together and stuff, and then I eventually took one apart myself, and it was so annoying, and surprisingly nobody told me how annoying it was in DMs to open them. Well, I mean, I think they were just happy that they were actually packaged how they're supposed to be, because so often that's an issue when it comes to anybody selling cards or high value games or really anything fragile that's rare. So many people just don't have a regard for it because they see a dollar sign, they don't see the nostalgia or the rarity behind it, which is unfortunate. But the Japanese characters for in-game for Chris. Oh, okay. I want to read that again. So how did you say that? Katakana. So is that like the dialect of like the language, like the Japanese that's typed into there, or sorry, I know that probably sounds super ignorant, but to me that sounded like some anime shit. I really had no clue what that was, and I guess I still don't. Yeah, definitely don't want it damaged in transport. Yeah, and so many people just don't care. Once they sell it and it's shipped out, they're like, oh, well, I don't know. Maybe the company ruined it. Oh, well, they'll pay insurance. I don't want my $100, Sharon. I want my mint limited edition Charizard card that was holographic and 10 out of 10 grade, or I guess 10 graded. PSA 10, is that what it? I don't know. I guess there's a few different places you can get cards graded. And I guess a lot of people don't really like PSA nowadays, which is weird. On the bad packaging topic, I bought a complete in-box copy of Golden Sun: The Lost Age, and it was boxed so poorly, it made me mad. Now, with that being said, that as it was packaged poorly, is that, like, did it get damaged? Did you at least get lucky there and not have to deal with any refunding or, I guess, sad feelings? Is really the biggest one. I remember my drive home with Pokemon Box, how scary that was. I had it wrapped up like in 3 different things inside of a bag that was like belted into the car. It's funny. Speaking of Charizard, it's funny because mine wasn't selling for 175 bucks. I was asking on eBay, so I took it to a retro shop near me, and dude paid me 160 bucks, plus no eBay fees and no shipping hassle. That's crazy. And was it worth that, or were you still selling it for under MSRP? Thankfully, no damage. Yes, that's what I like to hear. Annoying that they didn't take the care, but lucky that it did not get damaged. Because they just looked at what card it is and seen what it usually sells for and didn't compare it to condition. It wasn't bad condition, but wasn't anything special. Yeah, that was its actual price. Was about 175 in value. So all in all, that's you made out way better than selling that on eBay anyway, because fees alone would have brought you below that, I would assume. And then actually having to go out and ship it. I guess you still had to go to the store, but at least at the store there might have been other interesting stuff for you, right? So I guess there's multiple sides to that. Either way, the eBay fees though. eBay fees would be a pain in the ass. Yeah, I feel bad for the shop. They probably realized later down the road, they probably priced it at 200 or something and flipped it. Well, yeah, to be fair, I was gonna say maybe they just never sold it, but when it comes to people and understanding Pokemon cards and value, it doesn't seem to be as, how would I say? It's not as black and white when it comes to determining cost and condition for cards, so people often don't tend to do the research and they just see a card and they're like, oh, shiny, nice. Meanwhile, they got something that was rather fake or blatantly just not worth a lot of money. Which is okay. I mean, at the end of the day, the cards are like little art pieces. If you like them, that's really what matters, but I mean, paying the proper market price for something is definitely nice as well. Oh, I missed that one. My bad. My bad. Man called his boss because he thought I had a shadowless first edition Charizard and he was trying to get approval to buy it. So yeah, that guy definitely didn't know. So what was it that he thought it was a first edition shadowless? That's that's so funny. On that topic, I do have one question. And I might be wrong, because I think I read this on Reddit. But aren't all first editions shadowless for Charizard? Might be wrong though. There's like 3 main groups of symbols used in Japanese: kanji, hiragana, and katakana. Just looked into it, and all the dialogue in Pokemon games is hiragana. Hiragana, and Pokemon names are katakana. I wonder why that is. That's interesting. Really, they use 2 different What? That's so weird. Just regular base set Holo Charizard. For base set, yes, all first editions are shadowless. Okay, that's what I thought. They only changed it in later gens. Well, I mean, to be fair, I understand the confusion. But, like, when you're working at a place where you have to determine the value of something like that and purchase it from somebody with somebody else's money for somebody else, I feel like you really should be knowing what you're talking about. Like, personally, would I ever do that? Nope. Don't know enough about card values. Not even close. Games? Yes. I'm very well versed. 98,000 clean, by the way. Maybe this will be a lucky one. 98,000 at 98 hours. That's kind of funny. So that's basically 1,000 an hour. That'll pick up, though. Forgot what I was gonna say there. Oops. They're simpler characters, apparently, and easier to represent in pixels, I assume. So that would be why the names are so short, I assume. Like, they only... Because they only... Or, sorry, not because. I assume that's why they only give you 5 characters? Later boxes, I should say, not gens. Yeah, that's fair. Later boxes for whatever gen it happens to be. They're simpler character... Oh, wait, I read that one already. Oops. Love me some base jungle fossil TCG scratches the deep place in my brain. Oh, dude. Those are so pretty to look at, those boxes. And it's really unfortunate to look at the price tags associated with them. That's a great rate, dude. Yeah, it's pretty good. And honestly, given how this hunt will go for random encounters in the future, that's actually really slow. We're pushing 2,000 to 2,200 for 99% of the random encounter hunts. So that'll change. So once we're at 200 hours, we should be at... How does that work? 300,000? Yeah? I think so. Don't quote me. Wish I was versed in the games, went to a garage sale and stocked up on $2 games, thinking there'd be some $20 heat in there, but dude already picked through it before he listed them on Craigslist. Ah, damn it. Yeah, some people, they're smart and they know how to sell stuff and not necessarily indicate that it has value or not. I don't know if that made sense. I'm not really sure, actually. I don't know how the language works. Yeah, if it's not clear, me neither. That's for damn sure. Now I got $700 in $5 to $8 games, which would be near impossible and annoying to sell online, so I'll probably end up just selling them to a game store for a loss, or keeping them forever. That's fair, and that's a tough one too. Like, there's pros to both. Like, yeah, I get space in my house, and I can just never see them again and get a bit of money back, or I can just keep them and have them for the future, which is always nice, but might be useless at the same time. Kinda gotta pick your poison. I definitely have that same issue. Whoa, 9808 and then 9... What? Is that... Surely that's a crazy coincidence, right? 9,808 encounters into this hunt when our total is 98,080? Huh? Well, that's cool. That probably won't happen again. Where the hell are we? The 24/7 bot only gets $2.74 an hour. Oh, you're talking about 40 cakes. Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, to be I guess to compare 1-to-1, Look at how long he's been on that same route. I do understand it's because of a 1% C dot, but he has been on there a while. And either way, I'm getting a lot of encounters, so I don't even know why I tried to rebuttal that. Should have looked them up in front of the guy, but I thought I was coming up on some good stuff and didn't want him to see value. That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, there's no great way of going about that. Coffee break, be right back. Hey, I know that was a couple minutes ago, but no worries. We'll see you when you get back. Keep your seat warm for you. Definitely a numbers game with garage sales. Can make out like a bandit, or if you go blind like me, you end up forehead slapping yourself. That's so true. There's so many weird things that I've gotten from garage sales that we're just on either end of that spectrum. Like one, I forget what it's called, but I have this rooster. It's a stuffed rooster, and it's like maybe 8 or 9 inches tall. And I bought it for like 10 bucks. Just because I thought it looked cool. I was like, oh, that damn flicker. I was like, whatever, I think it's cool. I want to set it on my table. I'm going to do it. So I did. I brought it home, put it down, and then I decided to reverse image search it. And it was like an $80 rooster. I don't know why. And it was in really good shape too. Like better shape than most of the ones I found on the internet. So that's cool. I like that thing. But just funny things. All small chance, but it lined up. Yeah, that was really weird. I gotta say, that kind of reminds me of when people, they take a picture of their odometer and they'll be like 100,000 or 111,111 miles at 1,111 or jeez, you know what I mean. So like the odometer is at 11111, and then the gas tank, the trip meter, whatever the hell you call it, is at like the same number but shorter. It always baffled me how people worked that out. They have to plan it. Surely they do. Nice, yeah, nostalgia buys for people are wild. I got some old stuff I wouldn't mind owning again as an adult. Google Lens is great for looking up random items to see what it is. It most definitely is. The only issue with Lens is the fact that it's not always the most accurate, but can you really complain? It's technology that we never could have asked for in the past. That, I mean, really is super, super helpful. It's just sometimes with like really niche stuff, I mean, there's not much of a database, so you can't really expect it to pick up whatever the hell it is you're showing it 100% of the time. Bygones. Yeah, definitely doesn't always have. It helped me a few times though. Yeah, it's definitely helped me before as well. It's been one of those things that for a long time I just didn't. Excuse me, I didn't. I'd never think about it for the times where it was actually useful. I'd never consider it. But once I started actively reminding myself about it and trying to use it more often, I found use cases for it more regularly, which was nice. Sorry, I typed that out like a spaz. My brain ain't working yet. Hey, that's all good. I know the feeling. I really do. My brain is also not working great. I was at work all day, off not enough sleep. And I got home, I quickly scarfed down some peanut butter toast after showering while I set up the cubes, and here I am. So, don't feel bad. We're in the same boat. 10,000 flat, by the way. Are we gonna get some? Are we gonna be a gold bird? Shit. Well. That's how I feel right now. Being another 10k plus hunt. One of the coolest things I've ever gotten at a garage sale is a DK Junior Mini, excuse me, mini arcade alarm clock made by Coleco. Paid $5 for it, and it's like $250 to $400 on eBay. Yeah, with Chizo there. That's awesome. Nice. Now, the real question is, do you use it for such? Because if you use it as an actual alarm clock, that's extra brownie points for sure. I was for a bit. Well, I'll give you half a brownie point for that because you're not using it anymore. If you start to use it again, you can gain back the brownie point, but only tentatively. You don't have my trust back yet. You don't have my trust back yet. It's pretty cool, actually. You can play the DK Junior game and use it as an alarm clock. That's so cool. And you just found it for $5, eh? I guess I really can't complain, though. I've found a lot of really cool stuff for really cheap, too. It's just, for me, it's not like garage sales. I just find online sales where people undervalue the hell out of their games. You get lucky, you grab it first. Has joysticks and everything. That's so wicked. I can't imagine how happy you must have been to find that. And was it worth that when you found it, or is it just since appreciated? $10,112, hey? Jeez. Just a quick reminder, if you guys are tuning in and you're enjoying the stream, very much appreciate it, and I love having you here. That being said, if you can hit the like button, I very much appreciate that. It helps with the algorithm, and, well, I say algorithm lightly, because, I mean, the algorithm really is just people. The like tells people that people like it. But with that being said, I digress. Thank you very much for being here. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic, and knocking on wood, hopefully we see something sparkle here soon. Got a good feeling, but you never know. The feeling is not always correct. I do want to ask real quick as well, so if you haven't noticed, or you haven't heard me point it out, there's two things I changed about the stream since last time. So one, you'll notice, or maybe you didn't notice, that all of the font for all of the numbers for the shiny odds, the current encounters, living decks, all that stuff, I changed that to be more readable, kind of reorganized it a little bit, made it larger so it's all easy to see. And then two, you'll notice the last stream, our timer said like 20 hours, which, I guess, to put it simply, when I started that timer, I started it after we finished the starter Pokemon hunts, so I didn't take into account any of the time we took on those. So yesterday, I took the time, I added that all together, and I threw it on there, so from the very first starter Pokemon till now, it is 98 hours we have spent. So, that's, if you're wondering why the big jump was there, that's why. That is why. No idea, honestly. I think I got it when I was like 19, and I looked it up a few months ago, so I'm going to assume it's gone up in value. Never looked it up when I bought it, just wanted it because. That's awesome. It's so much nicer when you get something like... That's how I felt about that rooster I got. I spent like 10 or 15 bucks on the stuffed rooster, just because I thought it was sick. And then I go home and I search it up, and I'm like, what? I have an $80 rooster. I didn't think that was an $80 rooster. You know, the worst part is I haggled the lady too. I thought she wanted too much for it, but I was like, it's too cool of a rooster. I gotta give it my best. I just want to take 2 seconds here. I want to see if my hat's on the floor beside me. I'll be right back. Like, literally 10 seconds. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. My hair was too fluffy. It was too fluffy for my liking. Would match my Donkey Kong, Mr. Game, and Watch Game. I don't know what that is. Am I familiar with this? Am I just blanking? Sounds interesting. What also sounds interesting is me putting this blanket on my legs, because holy shit am I cold. Just give me 1 sec here. I gotta lug it off the floor. There we go. Now I'm all tucked in like the cold little boy I am. Oh, my controller. How am I supposed to shiny hunt without my controller? Mr. Game & Watch is like really old handhelds, like an old Game Boy with only one game. Oh! Like those McDonald's toys. I remember getting those where you'd just like, just a handheld thing with like one thing preloaded and that's it. I hope I'm not wrong. I don't want to sound silly, but that's what that sounds like to me. And they have them for a bunch of different games. Yeah, so there's just like, they're all designed to the artwork of the game for it, but they're like the same shape. I take it this is probably something a little more specific though, like an actual individual brand that did this. Thought I saw something green on the screen. Another Mankey, I thought for a second. No dice. Individual brand, they were super well made, mine still works. Oh, that's awesome. I should look them up, because I still have one of my old McDonald's ones somewhere, but obviously, like you said, it's not the same thing. It's a better version. Basically the same thing, yeah, I think a little better quality though. Dang, those McDonald's ones got nice skins. Yeah, I have this, I forget what it is, but it's this red one. I think it's got, I want to say yellow on it as well. It's like a race car thing, maybe? I had some branded ones too. God, McDonald's toys and like cereal box toys as a kid were so good. Do they even do cereal box toys anymore? I doubt it. I got Jim Carrey's The Mask in a cereal box in like 2007. Tell me that's not kick-ass. I got mine when I was 8 in Orlando. The date on the back says 1982. Oh, wow. So did you find it used somewhere? You just, like, happened to pop by a store and see it? You were like, that's cool, Dad, I want that. Or how did that work? Only thing that would get me to buy a $5 box of cereal would be something inside it these days. You know, I wish I could say the same. I guess, for me, we're talking $5 Canadian, so if you're American, that has a difference in significance, because our money is worth shit compared to yours, but I get a box of Raisin Bran every week for $5. Religiously. I've been doing it for like a year. I eat a bowl of Raisin Bran every day at work on my first break. Or an apple. Or both. It's pretty kick-ass, I'm not gonna lie. But Nintendo made them. Game & Watch is just like the name because they made handheld Game & Watch. Okay, okay. Yeah, I've seriously never heard of this. That's really interesting. I guess it was probably before my time, but that being said, Jack of Spades, it was also before yours. You're just more well-versed with older stuff. I bought it at a flea market. Oh, so you were just on vacation and you went to a flea market while you were there? That's pretty awesome. Hey, Bailey, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic afternoon or evening. I guess, or morning. I'm being bold saying afternoon or evening. Found your streams last week. They're great to unwind after work. Much love. Hey, I appreciate that. That means a lot. I'm glad that you enjoy the streams. Much love. And thanks again for stopping by. Oh yeah, that's why it's called Game & Watch. It had the game and told the time. You know, back when we didn't have, like, I don't know. Back when telling time was done with a device other than a phone all the time, that was a really in-demand feature. And it was definitely... I don't know, it had its value. It really did. I still remember as a kid walking around with, like, my watch on and then having my iPod and my phone in my pocket, as well as, like, a wallet for whatever reason, even though I was a child and I was broke. Oh, jeez. So nice not to have to do that anymore, though. And I feel it. There's some cereal I love, but I'm not big on milk these days. Also a part of why I don't buy it. It's funny you say that. It's the same issue for me. I buy this thing called Next Milk. It's by a company called Silk. They make almond milk, but I don't like almond milk, or like any nut milk for that matter. They all taste weird and they don't taste like actual milk. Next Milk, however, I've been drinking for like a year, and it basically is a one-to-one replacement for like even regular milk in baking recipes and like mac and cheese, that kind of stuff. It works fantastic. So if you don't like them and that's available where you're at, I would definitely check it out. Here it's in a little 2-liter, so half-gallon box, like with a cardboard Tetra Pak type things. And it's in like cow print pattern, white and black. If you don't like regular milk, that might be an alternative. Definitely is for me. I hate actual milk. I think it's gross that it comes out of a cow. I don't know. It's a weird thing I have. There's not much of a basis to it. Yeah, advancements are wild. They are. And it seems in my lifetime, advancements have been logarithmic. Just gets more and more insane year after year. Was watching somebody with the Apple goggles the other day. It looks so sick. Crazy we came that far. I've heard of those. It's like Apple Vision Pro or something, is it? What's the shtick with that? Is that VR or is that AR? I think it's AR, right? That seems cool. If there was an Android version and that's the case, I'd try that at some point. I feel like I tried one of the silk milks before and wasn't a fan. I'll definitely have to look into that because I only stay away from milk because of the video I watched. Still cook with it though. Same issue for me. Yeah, I think we might have watched the same video. Honest to God. But yeah, anything silk I've had did not taste like milk, or the consistency was not like milk. So if it was anything but Next Milk, I could see why that was the case. But tell you what, you're in the Discord, right? I'll throw a picture in the general chat. The oh, what the hell is it called again? The pit. I'll post a picture of what the box looks like, just so you have a reference. But it's Nexmilk, Nexmilk. Apple Vision Pro Max or something, yeah, I'm not sure of the technicalities. I guess AR though, because you can see the world behind you, but it also put up 10 internet browsers. I really gotta turn that down on my PC. I'm bad for that. Thank you very much for subscribing, Bailey. I appreciate that. Not yet, but link if you can get in. If I link it, I can get in. I don't have it open at the moment. If you just go to if you go to my main channel, like my main channel page, it's linked there. So you can check it out there. If not, I'll add it a little bit later here. I just want to pick up my pace. I'm not resetting quick at all. How much is that Apple Vision Pro or whatever it is? Is it like super expensive, Jack of Spades? Come back to a new sub. Woo! I feel that. Yeah, I was. I'm so elated every time we get a sub. You know, it's nice to have people pop by, and you know, that's the one way I can tell that people really enjoy the stuff, is when somebody actually decides, hey, this is good enough that I want to see this more in the future. So definitely makes me happy. Love to see it. Forgot what else I was gonna say there. My bad. Gotcha. Yeah, I can tell you what, I'll open up Discord now and I'll pop the link down. I just didn't have it launched is all. Oh, yes I did. My bad. Sorry, I'm rude. There you go. There's the link to the Discord for you. I should have thrown that into the chat. Gotcha. They're like 2K. Man, nowhere near worth it. I think the dude paid 4.5 or something. Oh, jeez. That's way too much. What does it even accomplish for that much money? Like, what is the main benefit for me to purchase something like that? Oh, I walked way too far down. That was funny. Jeez. Almond Breeze, unsweetened vanilla almond milk. The refrigerated stuff is goated. The rest aren't worth the time. That one's really good too, but if you're looking for something that's like a 1-to-1 replacement on milk, you gotta try Next Milk. It's still by Silk, but you gotta try it. It's in a, if you didn't hear me say it before, it's in a cow print packaging. Delicious. #1. It's just like tastes. It's so close to milk. I can't stress it enough. Just trust me. And if you don't trust me, well, too bad. You're missing out. Well, either way, Jack, 2K is still outrageous for it, but after seeing it in action, I wouldn't mind paying 1,000 for one. So what did you see that was interesting about it? Bro, Discord. That is my Discord. Wouldn't lie to you about that. Really nothing. It's like having a laptop at your fingertips, but it's so cool. Well, I mean, that is pretty cool, but I basically have a laptop at my fingertips with my phone. I do understand that. I do understand the reference, though. Joke. I feel like that's I'm buying the brand price. It usually is nowadays. Unfortunately, it usually is. I'm sure it would give me mad headaches using one because I even get headaches from something, or sorry, from stuff like games that are not in VR. And that's got to be annoying. I play VR, well, not as much anymore now that I'm working on the channel. But, which I could also do VR videos in the future, if you guys want. If that's something you'd appreciate, let me know. But at the moment, I don't really, given the fact that I do this for so much of my time. And I'm generally lucky there. Like, I can usually last like an hour before I really start to feel woozy. But I did do a lens swap in my headset to, I think they're Fresnel, is it? Or is it from Fresnel? I forget. They're lenses that are supposed to be easier to see out of. Less disorienting. Yeah, Jack. I think Google and other companies already have a version of it for way cheaper. The Apple one is definitely people paying for the Apple tax. It always is, unfortunately. Like, you can build a super nice PC for 4.5. Oh, for sure. Dude. For 4,500, I didn't spend near that on my PC, and I have a 9900K and a 3080. And it's liquid cooled. You don't have to spend near that to get a good PC. And granted, I built mine. It was just dope because you could like put a background on, give yourself a triple monitor setup, and do whatever you type. Okay, that is that is really cool. But at the same time, I guess the one thing about that is it's portable. Because like what I can do is I can just go on desktop mode on my Cosmos Elite, and I can sit there and use my keyboard and have everything in VR. But I'm basically like in the computer. There's actually a way to... Oh, that's annoying. There's a way too that you can set it so you're like inside of a theater, and the laptop you're looking at is like a screen in the theater. It's like the desktop page. It's super weird. Super weird. You should get your eyes checked, Chizo. Might need some glasses for gaming. I got specialized glasses from my university because my eyes/head were hurting from reading so much. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, it's not awesome that you can't see. Don't cancel me. But it's awesome that they got them for you. I take it you didn't have to pay for it? That was an education thing. Oh, 99,000, nice. Like a grant or something? Second on getting an eye exam, turns out I needed glasses and got a pair with blue light filter, and it's been super helpful. Oh, I can't imagine how that would do for headaches. And for, like, you probably sleep a lot better on days you wear those glasses. Could be wrong, but I would assume so. I wear glasses for driving, but that's it. I definitely have light-sensitive eyes, and a bunch of random stuff gives me headaches. Probably more of a mental problem or something for me. Hey, it's possible. I'm no ear doctor or ear doctor. Shit. No eye doctor. So I'm not gonna give you advice, but I'm definitely not an ear doctor either. If you're wondering. If that's even a thing. But yeah, I lowered the blue light on my PC and stuff to keep the eye strain down. I should do that. My monitor does have a blue light filter. I just don't use it. I like to be able to see what I'm looking at, like bright and clear. But if you've noticed, a thing with me too is when I'm streaming, I get sleepy a lot. I don't know why. Something about it relaxes me and it makes me sleepy. So I don't need a blue light filter. I need all the blue light I can get and more. Because otherwise I will pass out at the metaphorical GameCube controller wheel. Oh, That's weird. Weird how it blurs that. Good, good. No, my glasses were covered, but even blue light glasses would help a bunch. I can imagine. And that's a thing too, anybody could use. Like, they don't necessarily have to be prescription, but just blue light filtered glasses in general. But, I mean, that being said, when you're inside for the last, you know, few hours of your day, if you're using a phone or your TV, a lot of these things have blue light filters integrated, so if you just set them to night mode, or you actively turn them on, however you choose, I mean, you can really make it easier on yourself to sleep that way too. That's weird. Those cubes make weird noises sometimes. Little crackling noises. I feel like they're definitely not supposed to do that. It's scary. Excuse me. How rude of me. So what are you guys all up to tonight? You guys doing any shiny hunts, or just hanging out, relaxing, doing your thing? Also, just want to take a moment to thank everybody for stopping in this afternoon, or evening. I really appreciate it, like having everybody around, and I hope that you're enjoying the stream, enjoying the content, and hey, if you have anything, I say this way too much, I know I'm really killing the point, but if you ever have any recommendations for something I should do better or do different, please tell me. I'd love to hear it. I'm always trying to make the viewer experience better. So if there's a way I can do that, please let me know. But I digress. Thanks for being here. Just vibing, playing NeoQuest. I don't know what NeoQuest is. Can you tell me about it? Honestly, I hear NeoQuest and I think Neopets. And I don't even know what Neopets are. I don't know what much is. People will always ask me various, you know this movie, you know this actor, you know this blank? Nope. If you know it, I probably don't. If you don't know it, I probably do. It really depends. Chizo says, doing a little bit of shiny hunting Quilava for Gligar, Skarmory, Donphan, Phanpy if they pop up, and waiting for a DoorDash order. Nice! What'd you get from DoorDash? That'll be nice. And how's the hunt going so far? How far in are you? Do you count your resets, or how much time you put into them? My roommate gets back from his 6-month Southern Hemisphere trip, so we're turning up. Both gonna play Final Fantasy on the PSP and watch the Final Fantasy Advent Children movie. Okay, sick. Love to hear it. I didn't know he went on a trip. So since the last time I saw him, he left? Like, immediately before? Or sorry, immediately before, that's stupid. Immediately after? I'll catch the Graveler or Geodude too, but not hyped on him. Yeah, the commons, I mean, it's never, I don't know. You get them and it's like, oh, that's awesome, and then you're like, I have 4 of them. I don't need that. And to be honest, I don't have any that I've got that much of an excess of. But I'm sure it'll get to that point. Ripjack, 6 months of no roomie must have been nice, but it'll be good to see your buddy again. I think they were buddies before you ever moved in, so... And they've got really similar interests. I don't think he was too stressed either way. Oh, I mean, like, I'm the Dasher... Oh, I see, sorry. I thought you were getting food. I mean, like, I'm the Dasher waiting for a good order to come in, so it'll be worth my time. I'm starving, though. Should cook something. Hey, I mean, if you've got the time now, you might as well. You most definitely should. Because next thing you know, you'll get caught up, you'll have like 5 good orders in a row, and you'll be starving, just wanting to eat the food you're picking up. So maybe try to avoid that, that'd be best. Quilava has a 6 shiny. Good luck, Chizo. Yeah, Quilava is an awesome shiny. I love the flame color. So nice. Cannot fault that whatsoever. He would have left like a few weeks after you met him. He was in Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, Fuji, and Hawaii, so I guess not really a Southern Hemisphere trip. That's a kick-ass trip no matter what. If it's any kind of trip, that's a kick-ass trip. That is awesome. I really want to do something like that, but I can't... Oh, we hit 11k, nice. Can't leave my work for that long. And honestly, do I want to spend that much money when I make a finite amount of money every year? No. So that's awesome, but I gotta save for a long time before I'm willing to do that. That is like, that's the dream. That would be so nice to just go visit a whole bunch of places for months on end. Oh. Also, nostalgic Final Fantasy night. Heck yeah, gotta love it. Sometimes it'll take 2 hours for a good one to come in, because I'm not going to take a $12 order, $10 miles. I always wait for the $20 10-mile order to cover my drive home too, in case it's slow when I'm out there. Yeah, I guess if you only get one, then it's not necessarily near as worth it to go there and come back. You almost want to wait around and just hope that people pop up. Man, Chris, you and the lady should do what I did when I was 18. Go volunteer and travel that way. Yeah, but she's in school for her Bachelor of Education, and I don't have a management position in my shop, but I'm one of the more dependent on people in my shop, so I just can't leave. And honestly, I get paid too well for what I do. Like, I get paid much higher than the industry standard for what I do, and I don't think I could find that anywhere else, so I just don't want to give that up until, you know, I got enough money coming in somewhere else that I'm willing to have that be a possibility that I could never get that back, you know? As unfortunate as that may be, that is the reality. Hell yeah, I almost got an apartment with my old high school best friend. It would have been nice, but you always hear not to move in with your best friends to keep the relationship. Yeah, it depends on the people. Depends on, you know, how long you've known them, how you know them, if you really know them, how you think you know them. People are wholly different in their own homes than they are in public or hanging out with groups of people, so there's always that to consider, right? I doubt we'd be annoying each other, but I mean, everybody got pet peeves. Yeah, that's true. I tell you, I got a bunch of pet peeves. I am probably annoying to live with. I'm trying to save for a house, but this economy sucks. Based. Heck, still blocked. Still blocked. Did I miss something there? What's blocked? Shiny blocked? That's how I feel right now. I'm sure I should have picked up a context clue there, but my bad, I didn't. At least you're making above the standard, much better than just being fully complacent with just getting by. At least you're getting your time's worth. Yeah, you know, I usually change jobs like every... Well, before I got this job, like every 6 months. Because I'd make a certain amount of money and realize I was not happy just making that, even though before I got the job I thought that would make me happy. So then I would go somewhere where I'd make more money, and then I'd continue doing that. And finally I got to a place where there was a lot of room for advancement. Especially being a mechanic, there's mandated minimum wages, and then the employer can exceed those if they want. So it just worked out, and until I can figure out my own business endeavors, as I'm trying to do, that's what I'm going to stay doing, because I get off at 3 p.m. every day. It gives me time to stream during the day when people are active, and I think it just works really well with the schedule I like to have. I like to bike ride. Doing that in the afternoon is kind of the best time for me. I like being up at 5:30, makes me feel productive. As crazy as that may be. Honestly, Chizo, it's been awesome. We set super clear boundaries and respect each other's space and time, but him and I are both literally the same person with the same tastes, so he's like a twin. Yeah, they get along super well. I mean, I know I don't need to say that for you, but definitely a good situation for you guys. What's up? Sorry I'm late. I was at sports camp. Hey, it's all good, Totodile. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'm glad to see you here. What have you, I guess you told me what you've been up to. What's your plans for the day? You getting onto a shiny hunt? Finishing your decks? What's the move? Lol, chat doesn't like my Neopets message. That's fair, that's fair. Hey, KT. Did I miss him pop in? I must have missed something. Unless you're just trying to get his attention. That I don't know. No, I'm not gonna lie, I can't believe that we're up to almost 11,500 encounters here. Oh, we keep going over odds. We keep doing it over and over and over. It's okay though, I'm vibing. We're almost at 100k total. That's pretty awesome. And we're almost at 100 hours too. We'll hit 100k way before 100 hours, but that's also insane. Really does not feel like we've been hunting for 100 hours. Partly because it's only been 7 minutes and 9 seconds. But I don't know. It's been fun, but it also feels like it's a hell of a long time. My plans are shiny hunting in BDSP. Heck yeah. What's your first hunt gonna be? Are you continuing where you left off last time? Because you did, what was it, Murkrow? Is that where you left off? Or did you progress past that? It's Squirtle Part 2. Oh goodness, don't even remind me. That Squirtle was... That was tough. That was really tough. I think we were at 15,200. But it's not as bad as the Rattata we just had. That was 23,000 and like 38, I think. For a damn Rattata. Shocked the hell out of me, I'll say that. Nincada is my target. Is my target. That's right. I remember you told me that. Sorry, I should have remembered. 6 shiny. Definitely don't blame you. I'll be right back, dude. Hey, all good. We'll see you when you get back. Take her easy, brother. I need more money to get more repels. Oh, you're repel tricking? What's the best way to get money in BDSP? I've always just grinded the Elite Four, but I'm sure there's better ways to do it. But yeah, I've always been a strict grind the Elite Four to get my bag type of guy. It's unlocked. What's that? No. Oh, you got your pizza. Nice. I was scared you wouldn't eat it.
But I just wanted
Oh. That's fair. No, I didn't hear. That's way too loud to be by my mic. The crinkle. You can move it to the living room. So how do you figure you're gonna grind for those repels? I guess you could probably... Is there a way to use, like, I know in Gen 3, Zigzagoon, with the ability Pickup, can pick up stuff. Is there something equivalent in the Gen 4 remakes that could allow you to pick up repels by steps? Could that be more efficient? Well, and it would be limitless too, because you wouldn't have to spend money. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so either. Well, no, isn't there some like underground mechanic for BDSP where you can get items? I'm pretty sure there is. I don't know if that's item related though, but I know there's an underground mechanic. I haven't even beaten the second gym yet. Okay, well that might be a hindrance. I'll give you that. It might be a hindrance. But I don't think it'll take you that long, will it? Or I guess if you're gonna do your shiny hunt, then yeah, it will, until your hunt's done. Second mint monkey incoming. I feel it. Well, let's hope your intuition is correct, Bailey. I don't know what I'm feeling. I was feeling a Spearow the last stream, but we got nothing, so that was a false intuition. A monkey would be nice. It really, anything but a Rattata would be ideal. Because when we go back to Route 2, we are gonna have the option to get a Rattata anyway. So, as long as it's not a rat, I won't be angry, but with that being said, we still need another one anyway, so I mean, let's be real, it's a shiny. I'm not going to be pissed anyway. However, with that being said, I do have preferences. Holy shit. All but 3 encounters there were Rattata. All on the bottom left too. That's kind of a funny image to see. But, okay, so... You think the second monkey's coming in. That being said, how many resets do you think? I guess not resets, we're doing encounters. How many encounters do you think it'll be till we find it? Or I suppose an easier question is how many total encounters will it be once we find it? Yeah, I was really hoping Jack of Spades' guess followed through, as they usually do. He was thinking Spearow at 9,500, but that was not the case. And it continues to not be the case. Double odds. Okay. That's not too bad. I mean, we should hit double odds today. I could deal with that. I feel like such a pessimist, though. The last 3 hunts have been very lengthy. Running out of hope. It's also crazy that the last 2 we got just so happened to be on the exact same console. That really worked out for the audio, though. It was nice to have the sparkle there. You know, it would be a cool idea if every stream I changed the audio source, and then just, you know, just on the chance that a different one has a shiny that day, that maybe it'll hit that one. Because, well, I guess it's no more likely than hitting the same console. Or maybe that's speculative. I feel like theoretically, no matter what, even if you hit a shiny 3 times in a row on the same screen, I would guess it would have the same likelihood as hitting that same frame on a different console, if that makes sense. but I think maybe once the like repetition factor comes into it, that may not be the case. So it looks like we're literally a couple minutes away from 100,000. That's weird. I'm probably gonna have to recenter that. Once it adds another digit, I think it'll push the number off center from the text. At least if he gets dupes, he can just evolve one and keep the previous. Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. What I like to do, or I guess I haven't really gotten doubles before, but for one. What I like to consider, however, in that case is that you just keep stockpiling them until eventually you have one that has significantly better IVs, or you get a nature that is more desirable than the others, and then run with that one. Because, I mean, you can get one and you can use it through a playthrough, but if you find the same one later in the game that's, say, an adamant nature and that's better for its use case, then you might as well just use that and box the other one. Forget this, I'm going to continue my shiny hunt for Regirock. Oh, that's been a while. Nice. How far are you into that one again? Like 1700, was it? Or no, you hit like 2000, my bad. Unless I'm fully delusional and misguided. Oh, are IVs actually in the real games too? I didn't know that. They have them on the private server I play. Yeah, they are. I mean, IVs are just something that can't be seen from like just a base perspective on the stats screen. That being said, I'm not going to pretend I know the actual full logistics of... Oh, we just hit 100,000. I gotta screenshot that. Cool. I'm not going to pretend like I know the full workings in and out of IVs, but yeah, they do apply to the actual mainline games. They're really important for competitive play. Most people IV train if they do play competitive. 679. Okay, so what was the hunt you were at over 2,000 on? And it is off center, so I'm gonna set that where it should be real quick, because that's gonna bother me. 6 figures, guys. 6 figures. I think that looks a lot better. There we go. Oh, so you can just level up your IVs as well as your EVs. The IV is stagnant on here. Yeah, so no, IVs are, I think they're bred. I think you have to breed for IVs. Like I said, don't quote me. I'm not an expert on the subject, but pretty sure you have to breed for them. Remember, it was Murkrow, but then I started the Pokéradar. Yeah, but Murkrow wasn't the one you were at 2000 for, was it? Wasn't it like a static encounter that you did that many for? Or am I just tripping? I swear I'm not, though. Gotcha. Yeah, IVs have never been something I concern myself with. I don't play competitive. You know, I might eventually do... it's not Battle Factory, because that one's... You get given random Pokemon, but whatever the one is where you can bring your own... might do that at one point, but I think good nature and EV training should be enough for in-game. With smart moves... fuck, words are hard. With smart move sets. Then again, I wouldn't really pride myself on choosing good movesets either. I usually just have to look up whatever's good online, because I don't know enough about any of the moves. Like, I know the ones I used for the most part growing up, but as a child you don't play with any level of strategy. You go straight to the, oh, this one does damage? Does it do the most damage? Yeah, I'll use that. Instead of actually understanding how any of the status moves work, or the benefit to different moves. Like, you know, I'd see a rain dance and I'd be like, why would you use that? I can get 3 surfs in before, like... I don't know, maybe because you'll double the power you get from your surf off a rain dance? But when you're a kid, you just don't think about that. Just don't think about it. The goat has returned. Yes, Totodile is here. I take it that's what you're referencing. Both those Pokewalkers work, thankfully. Did you just test them now? I totally forgot. You have a Wii U for me. Shit. That'll be fun to test. But I gotta get some cables. Didn't have the batteries. Oh, so did Cassidy just bring you some home, or what? Or did you run out and grab them? Expensive to replace. Yeah, I got lucky, and the one I did replace, I got it for, I think it was 30 bucks on Marketplace. Oh, you wanted to know what kind of Pokewalker that was, and I never gave you that info. Give me 1 sec, I'll go check. An NTR 001? Oh, it's an NTR 032. Is what it reads. NTR 032. Oh yeah, cords should be in. I haven't checked. Wait, you bought cords for it? I didn't realize you did that. I'll have to what was I gonna say? Are those replacement cables for you, or are those cables I should be reimbursing you for to go with that console? Oh yeah, them cords. Oh, why did I read that over again? I bought 2 for 100 Canadian after haggling, which wasn't bad. No, that's really fair. They tend to sell for a lot more than that, like 70 or so, no? Sick, both of those are NTR 032s. Is that, so what's better about that model, if anything? I'm unfamiliar. Not bad. You, me? What? I need cables as well, but I can order another set. Oh yeah, no, it's cool. I'll order some cables. I just wasn't sure what you meant there. But I get what you're saying now. I got no issue ordering cables. Yeah, it was at 2000 when I ended. Okay, so that was most recently then. I gotcha. Came with the big box set, so it was actually included in the box. Okay, cool. So that's when I'm looking for them, I want that number if I'm buying separate from a set. That's good, because the one I have is a box set. I know I have my childhood one somewhere. It's at my parents' house. I just don't know where. Excuse me. If you're talking about Gudra, I was in the 1000s. It could be that as well. Could be the Hisuian Gudra. I honestly... I don't remember though. You'll hear me say it often, as I've said it and I'll continue to. I have the memory of a goldfish. Unless it's something very niche and stupid, I tend to cling on to those things. For whatever reason. I think my brain just craves useless information. Not even that, but spitting up. Ooh, shiny Mankey! I saw it! I saw it right as it came on the screen. Oh, hell yeah. That's nice. That was the first screen I looked at, and I was like, that sprite looks a little dark. Cool, number 4. Does 4 have one yet? Yep, it does. 4 does have one. Chizo, you noticed it as well. Hell yeah. Well, that's cool. Mankey's just a two-line... what the fuck do you call it? Evolution, right? Pretty sure. I was half right. I'll give you that. You knew it was a Mankey. I'll give you that. That's a double L for me. My streak was so good. Hey, it's okay. You can pick it up in the future. You'll get it. Only because you said something, but I saw the sparkle the last second. Oh, did I say it that early? Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I'll switch that over and we'll start actually catching it. Mankey line done, baby. Hell yeah. Watch us phase and get like 3 more when we don't need them. Console. Oh, my trial of Switch sound file converter has expired. Shit. Shut her down, boys. Flipped it. Thanks, Totodile. I added a Clips, what do you call it? I added a Clips channel in the Discord, so you can send her down there if you'd like. Alright. Let's actually get to capturing this thing. So we're not gonna tackle it. Are you gonna go back to Route 2? No, not yet. That is Route 2 that you're talking about, yes. But I'm not gonna go back to it. I'm gonna see if I can stick out the Spearow and get 2 of them. Because once I can get 2 Spearow, then this route's done anyway. So that'll be the move. But yeah, that is the one you're talking about. So let's be very careful here. Yeah, we can't tackle it at all. We have nothing to tackle it with. So, we're just gonna have to throw balls. I think we got 15? Yep. Should be good. Done like dinner. Yeah, it'll be nice until we get onto Pokemon with worse catch rates later on in the future. So you can see the screen still glitches there. That's awesome. I changed the capture card, so clearly that wasn't the issue. I guess I touched on that earlier. I don't need to harp on it. So we got the regular Mankey there. And shiny Mankey there. So We'll give it a nickname. If you guys want to throw down any recommendations for names, toss them down and we'll go from there. It is a female and it is Japanese, so we are limited to 5 characters. Bear that in mind. So that's kind of a pain, but... Hey, Gibble, how's it going? Thank you very much, I appreciate that. And welcome to the stream. Nice. I'm not doing too bad. I'm pretty happy with the Mankey. I was hoping it would be a Sparrow, but a Mankey's good. Mankey's good. Call him Apom. That's actually a really good one. I didn't think about that. So Bailey, here's the thing. We did get a shiny Mankey the other day. And with that being said, I actually ended up naming it Minty. So I don't wanna like straight piggyback off of that. I guess I could. But Apom, I think that's a funny one. I gotta give you that. Saw the clip, congrats. That's both Mankeys. Heck yeah. I'm pretty hyped about it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. In Vegas, so I can't hear anything, but I'm happy for you, man. Well, although you can't hear me, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Green. That's another good one. I like that. So, we got green, we got Apom. Apom's a funny one. I like that. Dang, it's not male. Yeah, I know. Kinda makes it tough to expand the names. Face it, Apom is best. Honestly, yeah, I think Apom's best. What do you say? All in for Apom? Say aye. Hey, it's all good, Totodile. Don't worry about it. Thank you for popping by, and at least you're here for the shiny. Appreciate you being here. And yeah, I'm not waiting for approval. It's Apom. That's too good. So stupid. Is that AI? I can't read that, it's so small. AIPOM? That is how you say it, right? Or how you spell it, right? Now that I read it, it looks weird. Yeah. Apom it is. Okay, well... Oh. What is the ID number? 37987. Okay, so nothing insane. Nothing super cool. But we'll save this real quick, and we'll get straight back into it. I guess let's, I'll switch the audio, and, we'll do a little test toss. Let me just, put this here, audio switch to... Okay, so if you guys just want to clarify for me right here, can you hear me scrolling through the menu here? This should be on the right input. I live to serve my lord. Jack of Spades, I'd as much as I'd like to take that literally and say, that's good for you. I know you. No, you don't. You're fibbing. You fibbing little fucker. Okay, so it is on the right. We are on the right audio source. I guess I could just not be lazy. Yeah. I trust you. I have to triple check sometimes. Okay. Well, let's toss it out there and see what we got. Oh my god, for a sec I thought it was another shiny Mankey. I just about shit myself. So console number 4, we got a normal Mankey. And a Charmander, because I'm stupid. Shit. Okay, let me switch that out real quick. While I do that, if you want to throw nature guesses in the chat, we might as well do that. Yeah, that was a little anticlimactic, eh? Back-to-back would be wild. I had back-to-back once removed before I hunted once. It was crazy. It was shiny, encounter, shiny. Okay, so we've got a normal Mankey here. The best Apom, yep. And then we got shiny Apom. That's funny. So now here's the thing. We haven't evolved it yet, but I guess I can still put Dex Progress to 12, right? Because I will evolve it. Yeah, I'm gonna put Dex Progress to 12 anyway, because it's there. It just has to be evolved. We'll do this one more toss here. Any more nature guesses in the chat? Toss them now. I'll do the translation, and then we'll get back onto the hunt. But, excuse me, I digress. Normal Rattata. And our shiny so-called Apom. Cool. I'm happy with that. I think that's cool. I love when I see it right as it comes on the screen. Okay, I think I can set these all back. I like to just give them all a save before I continue on. You'd move the process because she's technically a Primeape. What do you mean move the process? Can you clarify on that? Unless you want the other one to be Primeape. Gonna play some Scarlet. Catch you later. Hey, no worries. Take her easy. Thanks for stopping by and have some fun. So that was console number 4. Console number 4 has 2. We're gonna change that to 12 out of 386. Last one was a Mankey at 11,968. Nice. And then the odds I have to change real quick. One 00240 divided by 13. That actually didn't bring the odds up that much. That only brought us up to 1 in 7710. Or 7711 actually. I'm not too angry at that. Okay, I just gotta set up a new text file here and then we can get straight back into it. You were talking about moving your living dex progress to 12 unless you meant it as a joke. And now I look mucho silly. Or maybe it never happened and I'm having an episode. I could gaslight you right now. That'd be fun. No, yeah, I was saying that. So, Yeah, I put the living dex progress to 12 instead of 11, because no matter what, that one of those two Mankeys is destined to be a Primeape. So, I feel like that kind of just makes sense. Right, 22, number 3. There we go. Just like that, we are back to where we should be. So, updated. Nice. But yeah, I think to expand on what you were saying there, Jack, I think it makes sense to have it at 12 instead of 11, right? If I'm missing something, though, please enlighten me. I often miss simple things. I am but a boy. Alright. Well, let's do our first encounter back. I like how quick I've gotten at resetting that now. I'm getting straight into another hunt. GameCube number and last found. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I felt like I was missing something, but I didn't know what it was. Thank you, Bailey. Yeah, 12 makes sense. Okay, awesome. So did we get one first thing around? Nope. It's me. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of Mankeys and Rattatas in our future. I'm happy we didn't phase on another Rattata, though. That would have sucked. Theoretically, though, the next 2 hunts have to be successful 10% hunts. If we want to not. Which is going to be kind of a... I'm not going to say that word. Kind of a pain in the ass. I just really hope we don't get too many of them. I feel like... Here's what's going to happen. We're going to get one Spearow, or another Mankey, and then a Spearow. And then from there... oh shit. From there we'll get like 5 Rattatas. Just back to back to back, continually letting us down. Isn't Spearow a higher encounter rate just after Brock, like just before you hit Mount Moon? It might be, I'm not too sure, but as far as the actual rules go for the Professor Oak, I kind of gotta stick to the Spearow. So I'll have to link the Professor Oak rules in the Discord there, but essentially I would do that. However, except for like blatant exceptions such as like the Weedle and Caterpie. Yeah, Pikachu's gonna suck. Except for the Weedle and Caterpie, like I don't want to make too many exceptions. For 5% hunts that get exponentially easier to find, I'm not going to worry too much. But Spearow being a 10%, I don't mind at least trying a little bit and then maybe saying, okay, let's just get this at the next route. Because, I mean, I don't think the rules necessarily have to be super concrete as long as we don't cheat for any of them. And I could hunt Fearow, but yeah, just based on the rule set, I should hunt the base version before, like, if it's obtainable before the first gym, then I should get it. Sorry, that was a really long way to say not that much. You know what I should do? I should have a timer. I don't know where the hell I'd put it because I don't have room on the layout, but I would like to have a timer for, bless you, time since the last shiny was found. In minutes? That would be cool. But I don't got room. I didn't think you were actually doing the Professor Oak rules. Well, for the most part I want to. I wasn't gonna, and then I had one of our viewers send me the rule set for the Professor Oak, and I read through it. And honestly, like, I'm already doing a full shiny dex. Why not just add the extra little bit? I don't know anybody else who's doing a Professor Oak shiny dex other than 40 Cakes. But that's on a different game, and it's a single console. You're doing a POC on top of a shiny living dex? You're mad, lad. That's the reaction I want, though. That's the main reason why I'm doing it. I gotta have something interesting. You know, a lot of people just go for shinies. That's one thing, but making a challenge out of it like this, I think, kind of makes it stand out a little bit more. But honestly, like I said, if I'm already doing shiny decks, I might as well just continue the POC. Yeah, it is gonna be rough. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Might not be that rough. You think that's rough? I gotta do the same thing for Gen 2 and Hoenn. That's gonna be rough. Doing Ruby and Sapphire as a POC for shinies, and then Gold, Silver, Crystal. Are you doing it based on the route or based on the gym? I actually have to read through the rules again. Not gonna lie. I'll read them out as follows here, though. I actually have them on my main screen of my phone. So, you have to catch and evolve Pokemon or breed as many Pokemon as possible in the game until a gym badge is required to proceed, or you need to be able to use an HM move that requires a badge. You cannot trade with other versions, so that's obviously going to be a little bit different because all of the shinies are going on to... Like, I'll do a living dex on each one anyway, and a shiny living, because I kind of need to in order to use Pokemon Box. You need 100 in the Pokédex. Shit, I lost my train of thought, though. Yeah, they're all going to be traded to a main file anyway. So that rule doesn't necessarily apply. This means trade evolutions are off the table. Yeah, that's a little bit different. But essentially, yeah, we're doing it to answer your question now that I've read through it. It's by gym. Whatever limits you first, gym or HM. You might as well do an entire shiny living dex up to Gen 9 then. Honestly, if we do end up catching a lot of traction on the series, then that will eventually be the route we go. Do Gen 4, then Gen 5, then just continue on. I'll always be years behind of whatever's current, but is what it is. As you can see, I'm not really too worried about that, being that these games came out 20 years ago. At some point, I might even do original Gen 1, because you can shiny hunt in those games. It's just an absolute pain. You have to go based off of stats. Hopefully Pikachu wants to be more than 5%. Is Pikachu 5% and not 10? On the bright side, I only need 1, because you can't get the Thunderstone. So if you can't get whatever is necessary to evolve it at the time, then you don't need both of them. He is 5%. Well, that's okay. We'll phase. Oh, wait. I guess with that being said, then, I'm not breaking any rules with Weedle and Caterpie, because on Route 2, they're just as probable as on... or sorry, that's not what I meant to say. On Route 2, it's still before the gym, same as Viridian Forest. So I have the choice to catch them wherever. I overcomplicated the hell out of that in my head. But you are technically trading to a main game file, so I mean... What's your point? You telling me I'm cheating? Get that 1 in 100,000 Pikachu. Yeah, I guess we'd just be hitting odds for that now, hey? But yeah, I'll probably go for it, honestly. I mean, it's kind of the rules. I guess I don't really have much of an option. If we go like 10 phases, I'll start streaming something else for a bit. Well, maybe not. But if we're lucky, we'll phase on a Pikachu before we go to anything else. Like, maybe we'll get it before the Weedle or the Caterpie. Just by chance. Makes sense to do your Caterpie and Weedle hunt in the forest. It should put you around 100k. You mean around 100k within the forest? What do you mean by that? Or do you mean for... Oh, like for Caterpie and Weedle together, the full evolution lines should be about 100k? That's what you're saying, I take it? Damn, it's gonna be like hundreds of hours until we hit the first gym. We're 7 minutes away from 100 hours. And we're not even past the first route. Well, we are, but we're in the first couple of routes. Within the forest, as the full line should be 100k-ish. Okay, so about 50 hours at the current rate. That could be worse. For a POC, I mean, it could be worse. Maybe I shouldn't say it like that. That sounds like I'm saying person of color. Professor Oak Challenge. I think people in the community get what I mean. Not that it matters. But yeah, 100k, that's not that at 2,000 an hour. If I can keep the rate a little bit higher as well. Because there's been points that I've been able to maintain like 2250 if I'm really paying attention. So what other encounters do we have in the forest? Anything interesting? Also, I should change the poll. It no longer applies. So we got a shiny. Never mind, both the theoretical lines are only 49,152. Total? Added up? Like the sum of them? That's not bad. There we go. Got another pole up there. So what would you say? I never could understand all these numbers. Yeah, they can get kind of confusing. You just have to understand how odds multiply on each other, really. Or use something to calculate it for you. It's actually not bad, Bailey. Theoretical odds for a shiny are 1 in 8,192. There's 3 Caterpies and 3 Weedles that need to be caught for the entire line, so 6. So it's essential 6 by 8192. Yes. I guess what I'm referencing is compounding for, like, oh, how do I even put that? Like 2 different specificities, like a female and shiny instead of just shiny. Like when you calculate odds of that, it gets a little more complicated because, like, say a certain nature and shininess, that 1 in 16 turns it from 1 in 8,192 to 1 in 100 and something thousand if you want a specific nature. And then you just express that as 1 over that number. Correctamundo. Did that even go up? It did. The counters are so quick to react that I don't even see them sometimes, and then I doubt they function. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I've got a feeling though. I think we're gonna see a lot of Mankeys here. Is Spearow an encounter in the forest by chance? Or is that wishful thinking? I don't believe it does, but I'm guessing. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you. I don't know what the encounters are. I know there's Pikachu, Weedle, and Caterpie. But I know nothing past that. Weedle, Caterpie, Metapod, Kakuna, Pikachu. That sounds about right. No Kakuna, you don't think? I think you were right to begin with. I felt like it was Kakuna, but or not like it was Kakuna, that makes no sense. I felt like Kakuna was one of the spawns in the forest, but I don't know. Just guessing. You know, I guess we could technically go into the forest whenever we want to. I would just like to get the Spearow first. But that's potentially proving difficult. If it goes by red and blue, I guess, but it's Caterpie, Metapod, Weedle, Kakuna, Pidgey, and Pidgeotto, and Pikachu. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know we could get Pidgeotto as well. I don't know if Fire and LeafGreen would be different though. Can't find it. Oh, I see. I gotcha. Pretty sure it's on routes 3 and 4. The Spearow? Or Kakuna, you mean? Caterpie, Metapod, Weedle, Kakuna, Pidgey. Okay. So, really... Other than Rattata, we can skip Route 2. So maybe it would be nice if we phased on a Rattata on this route. Or maybe not, because then we could just get a Pidgey anyway. Yeah, it would make more sense to get a Pidgey, because we need 3 evolutions anyway. Regardless, I should have said. So I guess, ideally, we get 2 Spearow back-to-back. And then we go to the next route. We get a Pidgey or a Rattata. Go until we get a Rattata, and then move into the forest. That's not too bad. You know what I just realized? I'm stupid. We did nature guesses and I never checked the nature. Wow. Neglectful. I'm gonna do that now. That, it's kind of embarrassing, actually. But that's okay. I'll search it up right now. Wait, is that... No, that's not the same as the last one. I don't think so. Jeez. Can't believe I forgot that. My bad. Okay. So now I have to find the nature guesses again. So I can read them out here. Okay, here we are. Just give me a couple seconds here. I'm going to determine what it is, and then I will let you know. Okay, yeah, I found what it is. My roommate's back home. Hey, have fun. Take her easy. Hopefully you guys have a fun time. And make sure you give him a hello for me. Welcoming him back from his 6-month travels. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm just going to read these out. So we had Jack of Spades at Adamant. We had Gibble at Mild. Did we have any other ones? I don't think so. I think we only had a couple people guess. Yep. That's okay. So it actually was, and continues to be, Mild. So, I think it was Gibble. You actually got that. Plus special attack, minus defense. So that's... I don't really think that's all that fantastic. That's okay. Either way, a shiny is a shiny. And I'm sure that's not going to be the last one we find, so... Back on the hunt we go. I can't believe I forgot that. I guess when I went to change around the layout, kind of just didn't go back to it. What do we got for votes here? We got those pouring in. Really, everyone's thinking Rattata? What happened? That's not a bad mouth cover, is it? Oh, that's death. One of your Sims died. I see. Oh, that damned flicker. At this point, I don't even know what I can do about it. I guess what I can do about it is just deal with it. Oh, I knew I hit the down on that. Good thing I watched. I would have thrown the count off. I didn't really... I didn't consider before starting this hunt just how little of actually playing the game we'd be doing. And I know in hindsight that sounds like that should be very obvious. And that's because it should be. But I've just been thinking about it this last hour or two, and holy shit. If we, it was 13 total technically. Took 100 hours. Like, I did the math actually earlier. I think it's a total of theoretically, if everything goes perfectly, it's like 3,300 hours to do just Kanto. And then there's Hoenn. And then there's Johto. Johto should be marginally quicker. That being said, Hoenn's another story. Hoenn's gonna be a pain in the ass. But I'm really excited for Hoenn. Those are like my favorite games. I just did FireRed LeafGreen first because I haven't played them in like forever. And I didn't see anybody else doing a Professor Oak shiny related type thing for FireRed LeafGreen, so might as well just step outside of the box a little bit, right? Now that I went and replaced the worst AV to HDMI converters, like as far as the color difference went, I'm now annoyed to say that I can tell there's another one that is a different color. There's actually two. No, actually no, just the one. It's a different color than the rest. So that's awesome. It has room to get worse though. I'll wait a little bit. I'm wondering if it would make the most sense to stay in Route 22 until we get the Spearows, or if it makes more sense to move up to Route 2, try some luck there, and then come back. I see logic in it, but at the same time, I don't. Because I feel like you could phase more on Rattata that way, theoretically. But I don't know. Bless you. Jeez, it sounds like guns going off outside. Loud. You know, one hunt I'm super excited for is Miltank. The issue being, I think that's a 5% hunt. And if I recall correctly, Miltank's also a pain in the ass to catch. So as exciting as that might be a high phase, high stress kind of hunt. I mean, the hunt won't be stressful, it'll be once you actually encounter it. Go up. Yep. Crazy where 1,000 over 100k already. Crazy, we're over 100k already. And that we're basically on track with how many hours we've been running, but we're slowly gonna outpace that. And you'll see the number of the encounters grow larger in comparison. Like number 10 continually has longer encounters, and I fail to understand why that is. Well, I don't think there can be any logical, linear reasoning for it. It's just weird that it continues to do that. And see 10 last again. I gotta start paying attention to that a little more, because that very well may be a habit. Yeah, okay, well, maybe not that time. I don't know. I shouldn't speculate too much. I want to take a moment to thank everybody who's joined into the stream today so far, whether you've participated in the chat or just hung out. I appreciate you being here. I do want to extend that and say, if you are appreciating the content, if you can drop a like onto the stream, it means a lot, as that does help with the algorithm, and by algorithm I mean YouTube likes when people like stuff, and then they show it to more people. Nevertheless, thank you very much anyway, and hope you're all having a fantastic night. Oh. Excuse me. I'm thinking we're gonna go somewhere around the... somewhere around the 2,500 mark. Maybe a little more, we'll see. But we'll probably go till around there and call it a day. But we'll play it by ear. Maybe we'll feel differently in half an hour. I wonder in FireRed, LeafGreen, if any, are there a lot of headbutt hunts? Like where you have to headbutt trees? Or can those all be hunted on the side in like a grass encounter? Because I know there's one game, I think it was Gold, Silver, Crystal, where Pineco was a headbutt exclusive Pokemon. But I don't know if that exists in this gen. Excuse me. That'd be annoying if you don't get an encounter 100% of the time with half of them doing different things. Oh, that would be so terrible on this many. Like, how would I even count that? Same with Gen 2, though. I think that one's gonna be counted not by encounters, but by total headbutts. I'll probably just change the parameters for that. Because there's no way to synchronize that. I don't know how you would. I mean, you could manually, but that'd be such a pain in the ass. That would make no sense. Not practically, anyway. I don't know if anybody here watches on mobile, but with that being said, if you do, and if you were here last stream, does it, on the bottom for like the Living Dex progress and Living Dex encounters, is that much more clear to look at on mobile? I mean, on desktop as well. I just know mobile specifically it was an issue. I sized it up a little bit during stream yesterday, but I decided that just wasn't quite enough. The font wasn't as legible as I would have liked it to be. It was legible, Just, I mean, maybe not to somebody with vision that's less than perfect. So, that's up to perspective, I suppose. Oh, that was 102k flat. I didn't even realize. Well, nothing significant, so, well, nothing significant was encountered, so I suppose the number isn't that significant either. Hey, Onivin, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream, and I hope you're having a fantastic evening. Want to give a shout out to everybody lurking. Appreciate you being here. And yeah, hope you're doing well. And 10 likes, nice. Definitely can't complain with that. Do we have any change in the polls? 80% on a Rattata, 20 on Ye Ol' Bird. So in other words, nobody has faith. Nobody has faith we're gonna get lucky. It's okay, I don't either. I'm just wishful. Hey, lurking while hunting Arceus. Nice! I take it, if you're not modding, that's on, BDSP? And hey, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you being here, Cyan Bird. You know, that's funny, because well, I guess it's not directly related, but I played through Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I quite literally stopped right after you beat the main storyline, and they're like, or I guess Arceus tells you, he's like, yeah, you gotta actually catch everything. And I didn't continue on past that. Part of it was because I was angry they shiny locked Arceus. But then BDSP came out, I got them, was super excited to hunt it, and I never got to it yet. But 5,401 resets, hey, that's definitely making some headway. Is that on a single console, or are you doing more than one? Oh, 2,000 flat, damn. If that's a single console, that's crazy numbers. Even dual. Oh, wow. That's impressive. I commend you. How many dozens and dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of hours has that been? Because if I recall correctly, when I watched the Bald Gamer do his hunt for Arceus, I thought the resets took like over a minute. So if that's the case, you've got some serious time put into that hunt. I mean, even if that's not the case, you have a serious amount of time put into that hunt. Around 90 hours. Hey, so we're pretty much twinning. Pretty much twinning. You brought your Master Ball, right? For 90 hours, I'd make sure of that. Or at least a strategy. Yep, for sure. Okay, perfect. That's what we like to hear. I've went into a couple of my hunts in the past without Master Balls, and I've been very disappointed. But I guess not very much so. I never failed because of it. But I caught a... oh, what was it? A Groudon when I didn't have a Master Ball. Almost died. The times I actually needed them, I had them. Like, I would have failed a Rayquaza if I didn't have the Master Ball, and a Kyogre as well. I used them the very last turn I had before they ended up rather struggling, or... I think for Rayquaza the issue is recoil. But those are all personal hunts that I never streamed, that eventually I will, once I get to the Hoenn Shiny Living Dex. I've got 15 Master Balls and BDSP from the duplication glitch that got patched very early on. Oh, that's nice. I didn't know they still cared much about patching little stuff like that, but I guess that makes sense. It's just funny, Nintendo puts all their effort into a lot of the wrong places sometimes. Scarlet Violet frame rate? Master Ball glitch. Surely the Master Ball glitch is a much more important issue to deal with. I guess it's not a Master Ball glitch, it's a duplication glitch, but I guess, yeah, let's let the frame rate of the game suffer, even though the console's actually very capable. But we'll worry about patching small little glitches. Wouldn't you consider the graphics kind of a glitch? And I know this is BDSP versus Scarlet Violet, so it's not apples to apples, but... right? Like, I don't know. Nintendo's funny like that. It's like they'll put out the game and they won't feel like putting out a game that's unpolished gives a bad reputation. But the second you have bugs or illegitimacy in the game, they're like, yeah, this is bad. We need to address this now. Priorities, they are ass backwards. But that's my perspective as a non-business owner, so who am I to say? I'm sure the billionaires that own the company probably, or maybe millionaires, I don't know. They probably have a better idea of why that matters. But that's crazy. So for 90 hours, how long ago, like date-wise, did you start that hunt? About a month ago. Well, you got some good time into it for a month. Do you hunt a little bit every day, or do you put specific days aside? How do you choose when you do that? I know for myself, when it comes to choosing when I hunt, it's honestly pretty much when I have time. I try to put as much time as I can aside, but that doesn't always work out how you'd want it to. I've been hunting in the morning and at night, but I've been hunting all day today. It's 1:36 p.m. here. Oh, sick. So with that being said, you at 1:36... You've got to be... I can't think of where that would be. Where are you that your time zone is that right now? I was going to say the UK, but the UK would be ahead of me. So I wouldn't assume it's the UK. That's crazy. 1:30. Tasmania. That's crazy. 1:36 p.m. Oh, hey, that's cool. It's 7:30 here, so it's a hell of a lot later. I'm not gonna lie, I know like nothing about Tasmania. At all. If you could give like Like, for somebody who is gonna visit Tasmania, if you could give them, like, 3 tips, what would they be? Based on, like, places to go, things to do. It's an island state of Australia. Or it's the island state of Australia. Okay. Okay. That makes more sense. That I did not know. And that was probably obvious. I had a question I was going to ask, but I don't recall what it was now. If it comes back to me, I'll bring it up. Never go to Launceston and eat some wallaby because it's the only place in the world where it's legal to eat. Noted. I didn't even know that was a thing. Have you done it? When you say don't, I take it you mean it rather from a it's gross standpoint or a it's morally wrong standpoint. And why would it be legal there? That seems like such a weird choice. I mean, I get it, to each their own. Places will choose what they want to be legal and not, but... Oh, and do eat wallaby. Okay, okay. That makes a little more sense. I like wallaby salami pizza. So, like, the salami is made out of wallaby, or it's wallaby and salami? That's so interesting. The only place. So, do you know the reason why it's legal there and nowhere else? Okay, so it's salami made out of wallaby. Huh. Well, isn't that interesting? You learn something new every day. So they just lack abundance in most other places. That makes sense. I would assume. This is making me hungry. Yeah, I feel you. I am going to end the stream sometime soon here because I need to eat before I go to bed for work as well. Because I have to be up for work at 5:30. And that still includes me making some food, eating some food, doing dishes, and somehow fitting some sleep there. Don't you hate when you have to fit 8 hours of sleep into 5 hours? Doesn't work too well. Trust me, I've tried. So is that like the entirety of Tasmania, or is that like as far as the wallaby legality goes, is that like all of Australia? Yeah, I sacrifice a lot of sleep just to do what I enjoy doing. Anything, really. I feel like I never have enough time in a day. Just in Tasmania. Okay. Duly noted. And that's the entirety of Tasmania? I would assume that's a federal mandate. Is that considered a mandate? Probably not. Cool. Yeah, I genuinely had no idea that was a thing. Wallaby pizza. That's just a combination of words I never thought would leave my lips. That's good tea. Apple cinnamon. I saw it at the Walmart the other day, and I couldn't resist. Apple cinnamon just sounded too interesting. And indeed it was. It's basically like apple cider, but you make it with water, and it's got herbal stuff in it. So it's kind of a... I don't know. It's pretty awesome, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's like a cheat meal-esque apple cider. Because I know the ones I've made in the past with like packets are very, very sugary. Obviously it doesn't taste exactly the same, but unsweetened it's pretty damn close. For being unsweetened. I think I'm gonna go to 3K and I'm going to stop the stream there. Did decent. We got we did 3K before we got our first shiny, 3K after. I think that's some decent progress. And then furthermore, I'll probably go live on Friday. Friday evening, or afternoon, I guess. Around the same time as today, 4:30 MST. And hopefully we'll get a shiny bird, because that's our main goal right now. That is, it wouldn't hurt. We're not trying to get a shiny Mankey. We are good in that regard. I feel like once I really just zone into these hunts, I can just zoom past the encounters. Well, except when I do the thing where I don't pay attention to one screen and fail to encounter. That's probably not the most efficient, but when I'm really just digging deep into it, you can kind of watch them each as they come up. And I mean, you also have a second once you go to throw the ball to double check. Shiny hunting makes me so sleepy. Oh my god, I'm glad it's not just me. I literally, and if you haven't been here before, you probably don't know this, but I literally keep this, oh jeez. Yeah, you can kind of read that. This peppermint oil beside me every time I stream, simply for the fact that when I get tired, I'll put it on my mustache and the smell keeps me awake. It's funny. Have you ever played Coliseum or XD? Yes, I haven't finished either of them, but I have both, and I've played a little bit of both. That being said, I do think I want to do playthroughs of those on stream at some point. Maybe some sort of challenge. Hey man, the peppermint oil is a pro strat. If we ever get merch, mark my words, it'll have peppermint oil on it. An illustration of. I'm not gonna pour it on the merch. Sorry. Good idea though. Yeah, I mean it works. I tried it one day. I was on a stream where I think that was the stream I got 2 Bulbasaurs in that stream. Yeah, and I had a couple people active. It was a little while ago when I'd only have like 2 or 3 people at a time. And had 2 people actively talking constantly, and I'm like, okay, I can't pass out. I need to hold on here. And I did, and it worked out for the best. Oh, for the best. But yeah, shiny hunting in general makes me very tired. I don't know why. It's peculiar, I'll say that. Like, it can be 2 hours after I wake up. And if I start shiny hunting, it'll make me yawn. And if I really lean into the chair and give in, I've passed out on the chair before. And I'll do it again. I'm not afraid. Not afraid of the chair. Oh my god, shiny Rattata! No way. Well, look at that, guys. That's, I don't know why that didn't shock me that much, but nice. That's awesome. Okay, I'll switch it to console 13. Nice. 2 in 1 day heat, right? That's pretty nice. I can't complain. That's pretty nice. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here. These things kind of have a trash catch rate, I've noticed. So we have nothing else? Nope, just Charmander. Okay, well, we're just gonna toss balls. Just gonna toss them. Campy, thank you. Chizo, thank you. Cyanbird, thank you. Appreciate the confidence. Toss this guy out, see what happens. That was tough. Little did I know, that would be the toughest Rattata I ever caught. Okay, well, 2 things. 1, let's get some nature guesses in the chat, and 2, we'll do those next. First, let's focus on a name. So it's a Japanese game. It's a excuse me. It's a female Rattata, and we are limited to 5 characters in the Japanese games. We got a normal Rattata there. Yeah, there's the shiny Rattata. Nice. It's freaking awesome. Chizo, I hope you're not telling me to name it Timid. I could name it Timid, but I'm probably not gonna. Our other Rattata is named Gouda. I wouldn't mind sticking with cheese names. Terrible with names, but jolly for nature guess. I know, I'm just pulling your leg, Chizo. Jolly for nature, lax. Okay, I'll, Okay, we'll go over the nature in a sec, but I do have to name it before we check it. If you got anything silly, I want to hear it. Doesn't have to be good. What kind of, here, let's make this simple. What kind of cheeses do we got that are 5-letter cheeses? Other than Gouda. Do we have another 5-letter cheese? Does anyone want to hop on some Googles real quick? We do have feta. We have brie. Okay. Do we have anything that uses the full 5? Any yellowish cheeses? Yeah. Gouda was too good. We had to use that. Moldy. Could be moldy. Colby. Oh, like Colby Jack. True, but that just sounds like a name. I feel like at that point, maybe... I kind of like Brie because it it kind of sounds like a play on because it's a female Rattata. It's like a female-esque name like Brie, Brianna, but it's still a cheese. I think that sounds good. Hey, no worries, Cyan. Don't burn that pizza. It's not worth it. Well, I really like the... If anybody objects, let me know, but I'm thinking Brie. Yeah, Campy likes Brie. Could do feta, but I think Brie kinda. Yeah, I think that makes more sense for the play on words. We're gonna do Brie. And so it is. Before we do anything, let's just save real quick. And then I'll set the audio to... this is the 4K 60, so we'll go here. Mute. Okay, so you should have audio there. And then... now that I've clicked that, you should be able to hear me save here. Okay, nice. Okay, so now that we've got it set to audio for here, I guess we'll check out our nature. So that is our second shiny Rattata. 61800, nice. See if I can't read this nature. Okay. If anybody can read Japanese, you can let me know what it says, but I for one cannot. Okay, I've found out what it is. So if we have any more nature guesses, spit them out down below. Otherwise, I'll read them out here in just a second, and then I'll tell you what it is. Alright, I never guess. Why do I never guess before I find it out first? Oops. But okay, let's go through it here. So we have Chizo guessing timid. We've got Cyan Bird guessing jolly. Campy at lax. And that is it. So this actually... Just let me triple check that's the right one. Yep. This actually happens to be a rash nature. So that leaves it being increased special attack, decreased special defense. So in other words, it's a Rattata. That's about what I can say for it. But, yeah, I guess to end off the stream here, I'll do a couple throws out. We'll look at the backs. My throat must be really dry. My voice is cracking a lot. We'll check out the back sprite, and then we'll sign out of here. Got a normal Mankey. And a shiny Rattata. We'll do two more here. And then we'll say goodbye. Perfect. So we got a non-shiny Rattata. And a shiny Rattata. Third and last one here. Awesome. We got our non-shiny Rattata and shiny one. Cyan Bird, hey, thank you for being here. No need to thank me. I have fun streaming on my own, whether people are here or not, but I very much appreciate you being here, and it does mean a ton. So that being said, thank you guys, all of you, so much for showing up today. If you saw both shinies, heck yeah, that's awesome. I'm psyched about that. That made up for the last couple of hunts, I think. Could have been a Spearow, but I'll deal with it. We needed it anyway. So, yeah, with that being said, thanks again. I hope you guys all have a fantastic night, and we will be back Friday afternoon. So tune in then. I'll put a community post. I'll put it on the Discord as well. Have a great night. Peace and love, guys.